The October wind whipped through the streets of Willowbrook, Ohio, sharper than any knife that night as I finally dragged myself home after a brutal 10-hour shift troubleshooting software glitches at the regional IT help desk. My shoulders ached, my eyes burned from staring at screens, and all I craved was the quiet of my small rented room in my mother's house on Maple Lane. But the moment I stepped inside, the air felt wrong, thick with tension and the sharp scent of spilled beer. Papers blanketed the kitchen table like scattered accusations. Victor Kane, my stepfather of nearly 15 years, stood hulking behind them, thick fingers drumming the manila folder while his other hand clutched a half-empty beer bottle that caught the overhead light like a warning signal. My mother, Vanessa Reed, sat bolt upright in her chair, lips pressed into that thin, unforgiving line I'd learned to dread since childhood. "Kendall, sit," she commanded, eyes fixed on the table. "I've been on my feet for 10 hours straight. Whatever this is, can it wait until morning?" Victor's voice boomed, echoing off the cramped walls. "No. Sit down now. This concerns the family." I dropped my backpack near the door, but remained standing, arms crossed. "What exactly is this about?" He shoved the documents toward me aggressively. "A home refinance application for $135,000 on the rental property. A pickup truck loan application for $38,000. Both printed neatly with my full name, Kendall L. Reed, at the top. Both demanding my signature on the dotted line." "I'm not signing anything," I stated flatly, scanning only the headlines. Vanessa finally lifted her gaze, cold and calculating. "You haven't even read them properly. The refinance would slash our monthly payments significantly. Victor needs that truck for his new contracting gig out in the county. It's practical." "Then put everything in your own names," I countered. "Our credit scores aren't where they need to be right now," she replied carefully, choosing each word like a chess piece. I let out a short, humorless laugh. "And mine somehow is? I'm 29. Still crashing in your spare room because rent in this town is insane. What makes you think my credit is pristine enough for nearly 200 grand?" Victor interrupted with a shrug, taking a long swig from the bottle. 770. I checked. Ice flooded my veins. "You checked? How?" "You left your laptop open last week. Saw you logged into that credit monitoring site." "That's a massive invasion of privacy," I shot back, anger rising. He slammed the bottle down so hard the table rattled. "Privacy? How about the basic duty of helping your family when we need it most? How about honoring everything your mother sacrificed raising you alone before I came along? I pay $600 rent every month in cash," I reminded him. "That's more than fair." His hand moved faster than I could react, not the bottle, but his open palm. The backhand cracked across my face with stunning force, spinning me sideways. My shoulder slammed into the doorframe with a sickening grind. Pain exploded through bone and muscle. "Victor," Vanessa called out, but she stayed seated, unmoving. "Sign the damn papers," he growled, advancing. "Or pack your things and get out tonight." "I'm calling the police," I managed, tasting metallic blood where my teeth had cut my cheek. "With what phone?" He snatched my backpack, appending its contents across the linoleum. My phone skittered away. As I lunged, his heavy boot came down, crunching the screen into shards. The sudden silence shattered with 3 sharp knocks at the front door. "Who the hell is that?" Victor muttered, yanking it open. "Mr. Garrett Ellis." Our landlord, in his late 60s with a neatly trimmed gray beard, stood on the porch. A small body camera clipped to his shirt pocket blinked steadily with a red light. "Evening, folks." Neighbors reported shouting and banging. "Everything all right in here?" Victor tried blocking the view. "Just a family talk." "Everything's fine," Mr. Ellis's eyes swept the scene, me on the floor with blood on my face. Papers everywhere. Victor looming, and stepped inside uninvited. Doesn't look fine to me. Miss Reed. He pulled out his receipt book deliberately. Documenting for the record. October 15th, 2024. 9:47 p.m. Responding to noise complaint at 312 Maple Lane. Tenant Kendall Reed appears injured. Blood visible. Favoring right shoulder. Mr. Kane appears intoxicated. Loan documents scattered. Broken phone visible. You can't just barge in. Vanessa finally stood. Voice sharp. Lease agreement section on emergencies allows entry. Mr. Ellis replied calmly, still speaking clearly for the camera. He continued, noting observations. Victor's face purpled. Get out of my house. Your house, Mr. Ellis raised an eyebrow. Last I checked, Vanessa Reed's name is on the lease, and she's 2 months behind. Miss Reed, do you need medical attention? She's fine, Victor roared, shoving me roughly toward the door. My shoulder screamed again as I stumbled onto the porch. I'm calling 911, Mr. Ellis announced. Phone already out. This is clearly assault, and it's recorded. The door slammed behind me, Vanessa's cold voice cutting through. Don't come back until you're ready to act like family. The porch light flicked off, plunging me into darkness with Mr. Ellis speaking urgently to dispatch. My half-sister Brooke answered her apartment door on the third knock. One look at my face, and she pulled me inside silently. Brooke had inherited our mother's sharp features, but none of the cruelty, where Vanessa was ice. Brooke was steady protection wrapped in nurse's scrubs. Jesus. Kendall. What happened? She guided me to her couch, assessing my shoulder with practiced hands. Victor again? They wanted me to co-sign huge loans. I refused. I winced as she probed gently. Possible dislocation. We're going to the ER now, she declared, grabbing keys. No arguments about money. The hours at Willowbrook General blurred, X-rays confirming partial shoulder dislocation. A moment of blinding pain during reduction. Then relief in a sling. 2 officers from Willowbrook PD arrived. Officer Elena Vargas took my statement while her partner reviewed Mr. Ellis's footage. The body cam is crystal clear, Vargas told me. Assault captured. Do you want to press charges? Yes, Brooke answered for me. But Vargas insisted on hearing it directly. I thought of years enduring Victor's temper and Vanessa's manipulations. Yes. I want to press charges. She nodded. Come to the station tomorrow for full statement. Mr. Ellis mentioned loan documents. They wanted $135,000 refinance and $38,000 truck loan using my name and credit. Almost $173,000 total. Vargas's face darkened. Did you sign? No. Good. Lock your credit immediately if they've been snooping. That could be identity theft. Back at Brooke's modest 1-bedroom. She settled me with ice packs and meds. You're staying here. No debate. I needed my belongings tomorrow with police escort. She sat beside me seriously. This isn't just tonight. Kendall. If they're willing to assault you over signatures, what else have they done? That question hung heavy as we began checking my credit that night. We spent the next hour on Brooke's laptop placing fraud alerts across all 3 bureaus. Each call brought chilling verification questions about addresses I'd never lived at and cards I'd never opened. Then the kicker, recent auto loan inquiries. For months ago, Oak Ridge Finance, Brooke frowned. You never applied? No, I whispered, stomach dropping. They've tried before and failed. That's why they pushed so hard tonight. Freeze everything now. We set complex passwords, security questions with fabricated answers, and pins Brooke locked in her safe. This is your shield, she said. No one touches your credit without those pins. My destroyed phone meant using hers to check bank accounts. Everything appeared normal. But normal no longer felt safe. Tomorrow, new accounts. New email. New number. Going dark. This is insane, I muttered. Their family. No, Brooke said sharply. Family doesn't assault or steal identities. What's our dad's name? Ryan Walker. Lives in Arizona now.
Right.
Different fathers. Same toxic mother. But Ryan never hit you or tried identity theft. That's the line between flawed and criminal. Lying on Brooke's couch that night, I promised myself I would never unlock my credit for them. Those pins were armor. Vanessa texted Brooke's phone before dawn. This is ridiculous.
Come home and talk like adults.
Victor's sorry, he drinks too much sometimes. Family helps family. Unlock your credit and sign. Stop being selfish. Brooke screenshot everything before blocking. Evidence, she said simply. Next morning, we met Officers Vargas and her partner at the Maple Lane house with Mr. Ellis present. The place was ransacked, my room drawers emptied, mattress flipped, filing box with birth certificate and social security card missing. List everything taken, especially personal docs, Vargas instructed. I salvaged clothes, laptop, a few keepsakes into garbage bags. 18 years reduced to that. Mr. Ellis pulled me aside. Your mother claimed you stopped paying rent. That's why she's behind. But you gave her cash every month. $600 faithfully. She said you preferred cash. She hasn't passed any on for 3 months. He showed his ledger. Eviction proceedings starting. Another betrayal. The money I'd sacrificed while they demanded $173,000 in loans. At Pioneer Community Bank, branch manager Marcus Lane grew concerned as I explained. He pulled my full history. MS. Read. A refinance application was submitted 8 weeks ago in your name, red flagged for mismatched signature. They traced it from your old lease agreement you signed in blue ink. The property wasn't even owned by them, it was rented. Attempted fraud. The truck loan attempt 4 months ago was denied and notification sent to Maple Lane. They'd known and grown desperate. Keep your freezes active. Flag my profile for in-person verification only, I requested. Next. County courthouse records revealed a small claims filing 6 months earlier against me for a denied loan, dismissed due to lack of proof. But notice sent to my mother's address. A lien search run 2 months ago. They'd been planning, researching for at least 6 months. The violence wasn't drunken impulse. It was calculated desperation. Brooke gripped the wheel white-knuckled on the drive back. 6 months.
Kendall.
At minimum. We need a lawyer. That evening alone while Brooke worked nights, I started what became my evidence log. Every date, document, witness statement. But I needed the full pattern. Public records. Social media. Former colleagues painted a picture. Victor's construction jobs ended abruptly with missing materials just under felony thresholds. Vanessa's retail stints aligned with covering his messes. A former coworker filed theft reports quietly settled. Neighbors sued over unpaid loans. A nephew's credit ruined at 19. The pattern. Victor stole or defrauded. Vanessa smoothed over with cash payoffs. A twisted partnership leaving wreckage. My phone buzzed, unknown number. Victor's slurred voice. Think you're smart locking credit? You'll unlock it or things get unpleasant. You can't hide with your sister forever. I recorded it. Called Vargas immediately. File for restraining order tomorrow against both. Next morning, Brooke's 4 tires slashed cleanly overnight. Garage camera spray painted. No random vandalism. They were watching. The tow driver mentioned multiple similar incidents in the building. They were preparing the ground. That night the fire alarm blared at 3 a.m. We evacuated with go bags. Fire department found burning rags on our doorstep. Cameras disabled again. Attempted arson. Controlled to send a message. You have enemies, the captain said. We apartment hunted for secure transitional housing at Havenline House, a converted hotel for those fleeing danger. Small room. 2 beds. Working locks. 24/7 staff. Off-site camera storage. Maximum 6 months. That night in narrow beds, Brooke asked, "What's the plan?" I document everything airtight. Build a case they can't escape. Then I bury them with it. I opened a new document. Evidence log against Victor Kane and Vanessa Reed. The restraining order hearing came quickly. I dressed professionally. My attorney Anya Greer, early 30s. Sharp. Intense. Warned not to engage. They arrived with expensive private counsel. In court, Vanessa played grieving mother with tissues. Victor sat sullen. Judge reviewed extensive docs, hospital records, police reports, footage, bank evidence. Defense called it a family dispute blown out of proportion. Judge dismantled it point by point. The slap, dislocation, vandalism, arson attempts, identity theft. I'm granting the orders, Judge declared. 500 feet away. No contact whatsoever. Violation is criminal. Forwarded file to prosecutors. Prepare for more than restraining orders.
Outside.
Anya warned this was first battle. Cornered people get desperate.
Book, no.
Mr. Ellis called. They were packing. Burning papers in backyard. He'd alerted fire and police. Evidence destruction. My log grew. Phone threats escalated. Bank alert. Woman resembling me tried impersonating me in person with fake ID. New SSN. Signature copy. Security footage preserved. Vanessa had tried stealing my identity herself. I decided, go on offense. Storage unit tip came from Victor's nephew Derek, whose credit Victor had ruined years earlier. Derek provided locations of 4 units rented under variations, full of insurance material, leverage, evidence. FBI coordinated simultaneous raids at dawn. 1 box dedicated to Vanessa, financial crimes back 20 years. Before Victor. Assistant U.S. Attorney James Weston called me in. Documents from 2004 house fire, total loss. $175,000 payout. Claim co-signed by 9-year-old Kendall. Fire marshal's suspicious burn patterns. Multiple points. Receipts for accelerant purchase days prior. New apartment lease signed pre-fire. Payout partially funneled to Victor's early business. Vanessa burned our house down for insurance. Using me as cover story. Child playing with matches. Victor held it over her. No statute of limitations on insurance fraud. Patterns repeated in later years. Underreported income. Tax evasion. Small claims quietly settled. They were partners in crime almost from the start.
Rico.
Conspiracy.
Wide barra diagonal mail fraud.
Money laundering potential. Weston. They're looking at decades federal prison. Both of them. They fled state that night. Eviction notice ignored. House trash searching for hidden evidence, floorboards torn. Walls checked. Mr. Ellis had hidden interior cameras, video of destruction sent to me and prosecutors. Flight to Florida Cousins crew. Federal warrants issued. Tracked via monitored cards. Arrested at motel outside Jacksonville days later. Full task force takedown. Trials loomed. Federal first on major charges. I prepared meticulously. Testimony coaching with prosecutors and Anya. Reviewing mountains of evidence. Practicing cross-examination. Internal work mattered more. Therapy twice weekly for family trauma. Learning protection isn't selfish. I hadn't caused this by saying no. I'd exposed crimes already underway. Derek testified first, calm. Devastating. Laid out 3 years identity theft with receipts. Recordings of Victor bragging. Other victims followed. Co-worker on stolen materials. Neighbors on unpaid loans. Ex-employees. My turn. Detailed October night. The papers. Demand.
Slap.
Shoulder injury. Body cam played. Escalations. Tires. Arson.
Threats.
Voice steady despite jury flinches. Defense painted me vindictive. Unstable. Each claim collapsed against evidence mountain. Vanessa took stand. Tears. Claims of coercion. Victimhood. Prosecutor introduced 2004 fire evidence. Is this your signature claiming your 9-year-old daughter started the fire? She pleaded fifth, too late. Jury saw mother using child for fraud. Verdict under 3 hours. Guilty all counts. Victor, racketeering. Multiple frauds. Identity theft. Money laundering. Mandatory 15+ years. Vanessa, conspiracy. Frauds. Money laundering. Identity theft, 10 to 12 years. State charges, assault. Threats. Arson, pled down concurrent. Civil restitution, $247,000 plus across victims, including my attempted loans. Derek's losses. Property damages. Assets seized. Wages garnished lifelong. My credit remained pristine. Fraudulent entries removed. Freezes lifted only when needed. 6 months later, Brooke and I left Havenline House. I accepted Seattle tech support role. Fresh start. Fair pay. Benefits. Apartment facing the sound. My own furniture. Working locks. Credit offers shredded unopened. Score protected like gold. Boundaries set permanently. Family redefined. Brooke checking in weekly. Derek rebuilding credit and life. Mr. Ellis sending Christmas card thanking me for stopping them. Online survivors sharing stories. 2 years later. Prison call, Victor died of heart attack. Age 53. No claim body. Vanessa serving full sentence alone. No grief. Just acknowledgement. Actions have consequences. Marked final ledger entry. October 15th. 2026, 2 years exact. Victor deceased. Vanessa year 2 of sentence. Restitution ongoing. Credit locked by choice. Life forward. Justice often paperwork. Patience. Willingness to say no and mean it. Choosing self over exploitative family. Building untouchable life. That night's words still echo sometimes. Demands. Violence in air. But they hold no power. I decide access to my life. Some people get nothing but block numbers and legal distance. Some learn. When you assault. Steal from. Exploit your child for greed. Document everything. Refuse victimhood. Lock credit and boundaries forever. That can topple empires. Sometimes, saying no is perfect beginning of freedom.